Rise of the Emperor. Earth was dying long before Aurelian Solari took his first breath. Once the cradle of humanity, it had faded into a scarred wasteland, its oceans poisoned, its cities reduced to rusted skeletons, its sky choked by storms that never ended. The few clans who remained scavenged among the ruins like ghosts of a forgotten age. Aurelian was born in one of these nomad clans, beneath the shattered dome of an ancient observatory. His mother died before he learned to speak. His father was killed in a violent raid when Aurelian was only 9. Loss carved itself into him early, but instead of breaking, he sharpened. Even as a child, he noticed patterns, scavenger routes, weather shifts, the rhythm of old machines. He understood things without ever being taught, as if the dying planet whispered secrets only he could hear. When an orbital research vessel crashed near their territory, Aurelian saw an opening. While scavengers swarmed the wreckage, he disguised himself in a technician's suit, boarded the damaged ship, and hid among its machinery. When the ship automatically launched its emergency return sequence, he left Earth behind, not out of hope, but survival. The outer frontier greeted him with chaos far greater than anything he had imagined. Humanity had spilled across the stars, but unity had not followed. Colonies fought over resources and territory, pirate lords slaughtered entire settlements, and corrupt governors ruled like kings over dying planets. Humanity was not a civilization. It was a million splinters drifting apart. Aurelian joined the frontier militia as soon as he was old enough to hold a rifle. What began as an act of necessity became the first step toward destiny. He had no formal education, no family name, no connections, yet soldiers twice his age listened when he spoke. He had a way of seeing what others overlooked. He mapped enemy ambushes before they happened. He predicted pirate raids with uncanny accuracy. He understood not just strategy but people, their fears, their arrogance, their hidden intentions. His first legend was born during the siege of Drava 9. A pirate fleet of 30 ships had surrounded the colony, demanding surrender. The militia had no chance of winning. But Aurelian noticed a gravitational anomaly near the asteroid belt, a remnant of an old mining collapse. With improvised thrusters and timed detonations, he redirected the anomaly into the pirate formation. Their ships were dragged out of orbit and torn apart within minutes. For the first time in years, Drava 9 survived. News of the boy strategist spread across the frontier. Colonies requested his guidance. Militia forces fought to recruit him, and whispers circulated that humanity might finally have someone who could see beyond the chaos. Then came the discovery that changed everything. Beneath the fractured moon of Lornis III, Aurelian encountered an ancient structure, the Black Archive. It responded only to him, opening its sealed chambers and revealing fragments of forgotten history. Humanity's fall had not been an accident. Something ancient had pushed them to the brink, and it would return. Aurelian left the archive with a new understanding. Humanity didn't need another soldier. It needed a unifier. The first spark of the Solari Empire ignited that day. Rule of 1,000,000 worlds. The rise of the Solari Accord did not happen overnight. It began quietly, one colony at a time, Aurelian offering what no other leader could: stability. Not promises, not speeches, but results. Frontier outposts that had been starving for decades were suddenly supplied with automated farms. Pirate-controlled lanes became safe after Aurelian's fleets learned to predict ambush patterns with machine-like precision. His influence grew not from fear, but from competence. Within 20 years, 200 colonies had joined him. Within 50, more than 10,000. A century later, as Aurelian's aging slowed to a crawl, humanity looked upon him not merely as a leader, but as the architect of their new age. The Solari Empire emerged from chaos like a star born from dust. Aurelian understood something other rulers never had. Humanity did not need to be forced together. It needed to be aligned. So he created the Solari Code, a simple but powerful system of laws, equal rights for all worlds, mandatory education, zero tolerance for planetary exploitation, and citizenship earned through service, not birth. Under the code, a miner on a frozen moon had the same rights as a governor on a core world. Crime plummeted. Innovation soared. Trade networks flourished. Humanity had never been stronger. And yet, strength always draws attention. Alien civilizations that once ignored humans now studied them with a mixture of awe and fear. The Vari Collective sent envoys warning that expansion at such scale was unnatural. The Seraphai councils accused Aurelian of building an empire too perfect to be trusted. For centuries, most species had risen slowly, cautiously, but humans leapt across the spiral arm like wildfire, driven by an ambition the aliens couldn't understand. Aurelian's closest ally, General Kayla Vaughn, voiced what many refused to speak aloud. "They fear us," she said as they watched a Dyson swarm being completed around the star Helon 3. "Not because of what we are, but because of what we might become." Aurelian did not disagree. He had seen the truth within the Black Archive. Everything he built, the fleets, the cities, the wormhole gates, was preparation, not dominance. A threat older than the oldest alien empire was stirring in the galactic core. He had no intention of revealing that truth yet. Unity by fear would never last. Unity by trust might. Still, whispers spread. How does the Emperor live so long? Is he still human? What power grants him such vision? Aurelian ignored the rumors. He had no time for myth. Humanity's expansion accelerated until the unthinkable became reality. 1,000,000 worlds united under the Solari banner. A civilization so vast that its communication networks wrapped around stars, its military fleets outnumbered entire galactic populations, its scientific output surpassed all known species combined. But the greatness of the empire carried a shadow. The more it flourished, the more the archive whispered warnings to Aurelian in quiet moments, echoes of a cosmic hunger growing stronger. Humanity celebrated itself as unstoppable. Aurelian knew better. The storm he had been preparing for was finally awakening. The fall and the great sacrifice, 500 words. The first sign came as a ripple in the galactic core, an unnatural distortion that bent light and gravity alike. Entire star systems disappeared without warning. The Oblivion Mind, the ancient cosmic intelligence Aurelian had long feared, had awoken. Humanity's million-world empire, for all its might, had never faced an enemy like this. Panic rippled through the outer colonies. Communication delays turned strategy into chaos. Governors, long loyal, began questioning Aurelian's word. Rebellion flared on worlds that had once cheered his arrival. Some declared independence. Others claimed he had lied about the threat. The Solari Empire, untested by true failure, was fracturing from within even as the stars themselves burned. Amid the turmoil, General Kayla Vaughn became his shield. For decades, she had followed Aurelian across 1,000 worlds, leading fleets that outmaneuvered pirates, aliens, and civil insurrections alike. Now, she faced the most impossible battle, holding open a corridor for civilian evacuation while the Oblivion forces approached. Her fleet, outnumbered 10-1, fought with disciplined precision, buying just enough time for millions to escape. The cost was hers alone. Her ships were annihilated, her crew gone, and she sent her final message across the network. "If humanity survives, tell them we chose to fight." The weight of loss pressed down on Aurelian like gravity. Kayla had been more than a general. She was the one constant in a galaxy that changed faster than any human could keep pace. Her sacrifice crystallized the choice he had long avoided. The only way to defeat the Oblivion Mind required a sacrifice he had never imagined for himself. The Black Archive offered the grim solution. To stop the intelligence, one must merge with the archive itself, becoming a quantum weapon capable of striking through the fabric of reality. But the process consumed the body, mind, and soul of the user. Aurelian, the last human emperor, had no hesitation. Humanity's survival outweighed his own life. He issued orders that would ensure the species endured, not the empire. Inner systems were evacuated, wormhole gates shut, and entire fleets redirected to delay the enemy while the archive prepared him. Across 1,000,000 worlds, people saw their emperor one final time, not as a ruler, but as a savior standing before extinction. The merging was instantaneous yet eternal. His flesh dissolved, replaced by an energy intelligence that pulsed through stars. When he unleashed the Archive's power, the Oblivion mind shattered, its tendrils of destruction evaporating in a brilliant, devastating pulse. Billions of lives were spared, but the Empire itself could not survive without him. Star systems fell silent, colonies went dark, and the galaxy believed humanity had vanished. Before the final transformation, Aurelian recorded a message, embedding it deep within the Archive. Humanity will fall, but it will rise again. If you find this, remember us not by our empire, but by the fight we chose. His voice, calm and resolute, echoed across time and space. In sacrificing the empire, he had preserved the species, proving humanity's strength not through conquest, but through endurance, ingenuity, and the courage to face annihilation itself. The last human emperor was gone, but the seeds of humanity's rebirth had already been sown. Legacy of the last human emperor, 500 words. Centuries had passed since Aurelian Solari merged with the Black Archive. The million-world empire had faded into myth, its shining fleets and glittering cities reduced to whispers and scattered ruins. Across the galaxy, alien civilizations debated the stories. Was humanity extinct, or merely hiding? Most believed the humans were gone forever, victims of their own ambition or the mysterious cosmic threat that had devoured countless stars. It was during an expedition to the Forgotten Rim of the Orion Arm that Lyrak, an alien historian of the Vari species, stumbled upon a sealed moon. Its surface was scarred, but beneath layers of rock and ice lay an artificial vault, its design unmistakably human. Lyrak had spent decades piecing together legends of the Solari Empire, but nothing prepared him for the discovery inside. The vault contained star maps, detailed records of countless colonies, fleets, and the lives of billions of humans. At its heart lay a crystallized hologram, Aurelian Solari himself, his image flickering but commanding. His voice spoke across centuries. If you hear this, you have found the truth. Humanity did not perish. The empire did not fall because of greed or weakness. It fell because I chose to protect the species. Lyrak's mind raced. The stories of human ingenuity, their rapid rise, their technology that outshone even the most advanced alien empires. It was all real. Humanity had been a force unmatched, a civilization that stretched across 1,000,000 worlds. And yet, it had vanished not from failure, but from sacrifice. Further exploration revealed surviving human colonies, small and scattered, living quietly on frontier planets. They had preserved old customs, stories of Aurelian's courage, and fragments of the Solari Code. They were not extinct. They were dormant, waiting for the right moment to rise again. Lyrak faced a dilemma. Revealing the Archive could reignite fear in the galaxy, but it could also restore humanity's place among the stars. He chose transparency. He shared the discovery with major galactic councils. Slowly, fear turned into awe. Alien leaders began to understand what had made humans exceptional: resilience, ingenuity, and an unyielding will. And then, from the depths of the vault, the final message of Aurelian played. If you find this, know that the fight is never truly over. Humanity survives in every mind, every heart, every child who dares to dream beyond the stars. Where humanity survives, empires rise again. Inspired by this revelation, humans began to emerge from the shadows. Small fleets launched from frontier worlds, starships long dormant now awaking. Colonies once isolated reconnected, following the principles of the Solari Code. For the first time in centuries, the galaxy saw signs of a human renaissance. Lyrak watched as the first of these new human fleets stretched into space. He whispered, almost to himself, the galaxy feared them. They should have admired them. Humanity was no longer an empire of 1,000,000 worlds, but the legacy of the last emperor had ensured that one day it would rise again. Across the stars, the name Aurelian Solari became not just legend, but inspiration, a reminder that even when empires fall, hope endures. The galaxy had forgotten humans once. It would never forget them again.